Hey, what's going on, ladies and gentlemen? My name is Rayge, and we are back today to break down the new ISO8 purple that is now officially in game. But as well, I've been getting a lot of questions in the comment section on, what exactly am I buying? What exactly is my game plan in preparation here for Dark Dimension 8, which is going to be the future unlock here for Odin. So just as a quick recap, ladies and gentlemen, this is right here shown from the Marvel Strike Force blog post, giving you the requirements for ISO8 and why it's important. Right? For Dark Dimension 8, as you can see here, there's 5 new traits that we're going to be taking a look at. So you do really want to hone in on kind of how you're going to be segueing to start Dark Dimension 8. And keep in mind, it hasn't been confirmed yet whether or not it's there's additional gear tier requirements, but so far it's only purple ISO8, which leads us to believe that you can bring in characters at gear tier 18, gear tier 17 potentially. It all depends then at the end of the day how high your ISO8 purple is. So as you can see, we can use city villains first, city hero, global villain, and then finally cosmic or legendary characters. Those are the 5 different sections that you do want to be aware of for building said characters using the ISO8 purple. I also want to point out in the milestones here, and this is why it's going to be very, very important to follow along, guys, for the next 6 weeks, because there's going to be opportunities here left and right to earn these T3 ISO8 credits. I'm going to be making a more obvious point in my future event videos that this is where the focus is going to be, as opposed to the monthly events and so forth, as this is a limited time resource, and we don't know exactly how it's going to be farmable later on once these 6 weeks have passed and once we've seen all these leaderboard events. But you can see right here on screen, Radioactive Prep, the started yesterday. It's an exclusive event really for highlighting the initial introduction here of ISO8 purple, but as well, as you guys can see here, there's actually a leaderboard component. So right now, I'm in the top 4,000, top 5,000 because of me having hoarded campaign energy. So it's giving me a bit of a fighting chance, but even if you head over to ranking, right, you can really get a sense now of where you're going to be landing potentially. And first, you also need to understand the requirements. Just for those of you that aren't aware, you're going to need probably about 9 million of these T3 level 1 ions, 9 million in total to bring in 25 characters to complete Dark Dimension 8. So just to give you a sense, even if you land in the top 10,000 here, it's only going to give you 400k. So obviously ions are a very big part, but don't forget, we also still need to buy the individual pieces that we're going to be needing to equip the gear. So I think this leaderboard payout is pretty good if you're able to land in the top 10,000, because you're getting a pretty sizable chunk of these ions. And remember, these kind of events are coming back for the next 6 weeks here. So if that's the case, that means we can expect free to play. If you're able to land in the top 10,000, you're gonna be getting close to 2.4 million over those 6 weeks, which is, a good fifth, or close to a fifth of the Dark Dimension 8 progression. So it's not terrible. That's why it's going to be very important to stay on top of these leaderboard events and hoarding campaign energy when you can and however you can. Now, having said that, anything beyond that, it does dip quite a bit, because as you can see, starting from the 1 to 10%, they still give you a sizable chunk of these radioactive traits. But obviously, the beautiful point of trying to compromise both ions and the credits is obviously at the 7,500 to 10,000 range. That's where I'm aiming for. That way you can dip in both the ions and getting some of these radioactive treats. So just a heads up. Again, 9 million to fully complete Dark Dimension 8. So this is going to be a sizable chunk. Obviously, if you're higher than that, if you're really crushing it through the leaderboards, it's crazy. You can actually, it indicates that Dark Dimension 8 may be coming sooner than we think, especially if you're in the top, I would say top 50, you're getting 4 million of these ions already, which is realistically half of what you need to actually, complete Dark Dimension 8. So pretty unreal, guys. So we're definitely going to be seeing some content from folks getting engaged in this and being able to showcase what that's going to look like and how Odin's unlock will be ultimately. Now if we put over here to the Radioactive Treats, this is the store right here. It's added, as you can see, for the next 46 days, 8 hours. What I've been doing, guys, is I have been focusing a lot on these individual pieces here, as you can see, right? I would, unless it's a really popular material like these protector resistance, I would actually hold back on buying 3 pieces. I would focus more on the individual pieces for each 5,400, right? That's what I've been doing. I've been kind of using it as a way to see that, all these now have an inventory 1, time to elevate them to 2, and so forth, and build them together. I would avoid, to be honest, I don't know if anything else is actually worth looking at. Definitely do not buy ISO8 green, even if you're if you're not in the purple stage yet, do not buy it. It's just terrible value, and you can get most of the green and blues anyways from this store. So might as well just take advantage of that, right? So ignore the green, ignore the blue, and I would honestly say ignore the ions for now, because 5,000 for 5,000 ions, you need 9 million anyways. It's not going to make a big difference in the grand scheme. It's more important to get these individual pieces right now. That's how I've been attacking it. But I also want to bring out some analysis for you guys too. As I pointed out earlier, we talked about how we're going to be starting Dark Dimension 8 with both the city villain and city hero characters. So I have already filtered that. I've just quickly highlighted some of the best characters here, and there's 10 in total right now that you can see on screen, consisting of city villain and city hero characters. And I do want you to pay attention to obviously the theme here, right? Even when we go from left to right, Vulture's a brawler character. We have Robbie as a blaster. We have Noir, you're planning to bring him up. He's a blaster. Controller for Ghost Spider. We got Peter B here as support. Gwenom here as a brawler. Lizard here as a protector. You're planning to bring the Superior 6. And then I decided to opt for right now Hive Mind, because Red Goblin's a protector. And then Craven, also part of that synergy, 6 synergy brawler. And then finally we have Pav here at brawler. So this is the general theme right now, guys. Out of this mixture of 10, there's 4 brawlers, and there's actually 2 protectors, 2 blasters, and as well as 3 blasters, 3 protectors, and then finally 1 controller and 1 support. So characters like Pav here, being a brawler, they're going to be the most common that you can build up for the initial 2 stages here of Dark Dimension 8, being both city villain and city hero. So just as a heads up there. And then I like to look a little outward as well, always taking a look at what's going to be next, right? So even if we unfilter here for the city component, switch over to global, and maybe let's just focus on the hero section, because that's what we're beginning with here. With the hero section, it's going to be pretty obvious, right? Many folks are likely bringing Black Knight because he's already a Dark Dimension 7 lock. I feel the Extreme X-Men team is going to be pretty popular. So characters like Nightcrawler being a brawler, and Black Knight's a protector. Nightcrawler's a brawler. We have Spider Weaver, maybe just Slaughter in as a maybe right now, but she's a protector, just as a heads up. We have Gambit as a blaster, and then we have Forge here as also a support character. So this 5 right now added to the 10 that I just talked about. In total, there's actually 5 brawlers, 4 protectors, and as well as 3 blasters. So that's kind of where the focus is right now, in my honest opinion, guys. It's brawlers, protectors, blasters. So even if you're going through the materials and purchasing them individually and kind of focusing in on certain traits, the blaster, protector, and brawlers are where you want to likely put your attention to. Less so the controller and support, especially now for the beginning of Dark Dimension 8 anyway. So that way, if you guys have that kind of focus there, you can definitely hone in on those certain resources. So for example, we see blaster right here, protector. So these ones would be good to buy. But obviously, like I said, it's good to spread it out, but more emphasis on the brawler trait and as well as protector, because it seems like that's where many of the predominant characters, the Metatoons, are going to be likely starting, especially for city. And then the start of global. So I'll keep you guys up to date, but that's kind of where my strategy is. That's how I'm going to be planning my purchases. Let me know if this is helpful for you guys. Hopefully this was enough insight for you to prepare. And again, I have a feeling Dark Dimension 8 is coming sooner than we all think. So definitely want to take advantage of this event while you can. And remember, don't waste it on the blue or green. Always buy the purple as much as you can. Thank you for your time as always, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.